Third time's the charm. We back, we back. I'm go ahead and put my... Okay. They don't have headphones? I forgot the last time I played this was on PlayStation 4 and I did not transfer the data over. So it might be a story mode for us, which I don't think will be too bad. I think it'll be pretty fun, you know? RoboCop? I have not been on this game in a long time.
Conquer. Fight. Customer. Fight.
Why is that narrating? I don't like that. Announcer voice.
Fight. 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 Fight.
I can't change it? Well, that's not good. I'm going to turn these down. Alright. Turn that down. Dialogue. Turn that down. Is there story difficulty? Let's go ahead and put it on hard. Subtitles on. Record matches? Well, I'm already live streaming, so we don't need to do that. Pause delay off. Yeah, I know. When I need to pause, I need to pause. Oh no, you're good. You're good. Do your thing. I'm just scrolling through the options right now. I forgot to ask you. You don't have to answer right now because I know you're on the phone. I forgot to ask you. I know you said it like three times now, but my brain is pretty dumb. But is your birthday this week, or is it next week, or am I just completely wrong? Or maybe you said it was the week of Christmas. I don't remember. My head. I just know you're Sagittarius. Yes, save.
Customize. Fight.
The 14th. Okay. Now I have it locked in. I have it locked in my head. 2 days away. I figured because you said sister and I was like, oh shit, is he wishing her a happy birthday right now?
Local.
Okay.
Tournament.
Let's see who all we got unlocked. Not that many. And it looks like my main character. Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, this is my main. Jeez, everybody's still downloading. Is that Joker? Is that Spawn? Oh my gosh. I played this game back when it came out, before it had any DLC or anything. I played it and then I just didn't entertain it ever again.
Tournament. Fight.
All right.
Conquer. Learn. Conquer. Story.
All right, let's do.
Power. Story.
Are you serious? Well, I was not prepared for this.
Local. Tournament.
Let's do a tournament then, I guess. She still celebrates our birthday, but I don't. Yeah, I remember you saying that to kind of keep from. Oh man, there's still a wait time. I remember you saying that because you said you're like me, where it's like you don't like receiving gifts or whatever because of the pressure of the expectation for when you do get a gift of like, oh, should I be cheerful? Should I be thankful? Well, not thankful. Of course I'm thankful, but it's just like the pressure of like, oh, does that mean on your birthday I have to like match this gift because I probably won't be financially stable enough to do that. I don't know. What do you mean? Oh my gosh, can I not do anything right now? Alright, we're just gonna fight against the computer. First time fighting, would you like... No. We're just gonna face off against the computer. Give me the... Oh my gosh, I do have it, because I remember I named this variation GG. Alright. Let's go ahead and, space Liu Kang. Classic Liu Kang or Demented Liu Kang? Let's run Classic first. Give me that hard difficulty. I want the challenge.
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
This is extremely disappointing that I was not prepared enough. Tonight's stream might be a rough one.
The Shirai Ryu are ninja, Liu Kang.
Point well taken, Scorpion.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my gosh, hold on, Liu Kang. I'm setting up my phone so I can read my chat. Alright, how do I... Oh my god! Can you not? Don't juggle me! Alright, how do I... Look, Lou. Lou, you better... Alright, Lou. There we go. Alright. You know... This is that part where I'm just getting started. Okay. 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 I'm just gonna be saying okay a lot. I promise you on easy, I'm a lot better at this game. You didn't have to do the extra kicks. You didn't even give me a fatality. You didn't even, that was disrespectful. You said, I'm not even worth the button inputs. I'm just gonna kick you in the shin. Alright, let's run it again.
Round 1. Fight.
And you open up with kicks? Do you even put foot powder on? Or are you putting your stank ass feet? Can you not? I forgot about that wake up. Okay, bruh. Do you not see me trying to kill you?
Round 2. Fight.
Look me in the eyes when you're kicking my ass. Okay. No breaks. No breaks. No breaks. Okay. Nope. Okay. This is a corner simulator at this point. Can you? Jeez. Trying not to cuss. I'm pretty sure I let it slide a few times already, but you know. Loop. You just gonna let me drop? Oh, he finally did it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I still no respect for you.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, no, that's half the difficulty. I hope one of my skull fragments fell down his windpipe. Close your mouth when you're beating my ass.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh shit. Okay. Can you not? Thank you. Oh my gosh, how do I even boost my attack? I forget. Sure, I'm cheesing. I don't care. Oh man. Are you? Okay. Okay. Man, you better chill. If I have to turn the difficulty down just to look like I know how to play the game, I swear to God. Are you serious? There we go. Yep, I'm done. That boy got skills though. Yeah. He's got too much skills.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to knock it down to normal so that it's a challenge, but still feasible, you know? I need some close calls. Oh. The loads are coming around pretty fast. Okay. Alright, let's do GG. And let's go ahead and run it back with Sir. on Schmedium.
Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
These are the type of games I definitely should have a cam for. I constantly remind myself every day that like I really want a
Your
cam.
discretion saved Earthrealm.
Round 1.
But
Fight.
you know, we do what's in our means. We don't overexceed ourselves. Okay. Yeah. No, please. Okay. I need to remember the button input. So square, circle, square. There we go. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's a fresh in the morning. Okay, now I remember how to boost my attack. Okay. Cheesing for days, cheesing for days. Don't bicycle kick me like that. Who do you think you are? Oh, I forgot I can juggle that. Okay, he was waiting for that. See, like, medium is a little too easy for me, but hard is just like, get out of here. Like, who do you think on this game, I am not him.
Scorpion. Shang Tsung's Island Ruins.
But no, I got a little further in that Darth Plagueis book.
Did you kill my family?
No, Quan Chi did.
But I saw
My knee
vision
needs
of
popped.
you.
Round 1. Fight.
I got a little further in the Darth Plagueis book, and it's starting to reveal some stuff, you know? Oh my gosh, I thought that was rain. Oh no, it's Sub-Zero. Probably should have looked at it. Okay, 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 okay. You wanna run it? You wanna run that? You wanna run that? Okay, okay. Oh, how dare you?
Round 2.
So there's been a few things. Been a few things I've been looking into. Well, I haven't really looked into it, but I just theorizing in my head, some headcanon type stuff. So Palpatine was from a noble family. I'm sure anybody could have guessed that. But basically, Darth Plagueis, how the book's going right now is Darth Plagueis killed his master. Found out that found out after killing his master that his master, like, was beginning to think that he wasn't worthy of the role of Sith Lord, so he was training somebody behind his back. But Darth Plagueis ended up killing his master, and while he was venturing on some political missions under a alternate name, his master's secret student approached him and challenged him in combat, and of course Darth Plagueis won. But then he got curious of who else his former master was, like, like scouting out. So he started like feeling in the Force, like who Plagueis must have them hands in. Well, that's the interesting thing about Plagueis. Plagueis was so good at using a lightsaber. I'm back and sad. Why are you sad? But Darth Plagueis was so good at a lightsaber that he was actually bored of using it. He, like, in the book there was a fight where he was just like, it's so boring. I missed your last Survivor episode. Well, the one from tonight, I didn't even mean to. So it was like only like 17 minutes. And all your other ones. It's fine. It's no big deal. I stream almost every day at 8 o'clock. So just for further notice, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what time zone you're in, but usually it's 8 p.m. to 10 o'clock, sometimes 11. How are you so strong you get bored of using a lightsaber? Yeah. He found it boring because he was just so good at it. But the dude, the guy that he was fighting, that his former master taught in secret, his former master taught that guy to the best way to combat Plagueis' style without even knowing. Like, basically he just showed him, like, hey, this is a good fighting technique, unknowing to the alternate that was the best way to fight against Plagueis' style. Only say not even half of 5. Oh, only seen only half of live. That's fine. Basically yesterday, I fought Ravis, and then right after I fought Ravis, I
Conquer.
ended the stream. So that's as far as I got. I fought him, and immediately after, I returned back to Kobo, and just went to the meditation spot so I could save, and then I ended the stream. So you didn't really miss much. Like, in the previous stream, like, you already informed me that I was going to fight Ravis, so other than that, I don't know anything further from there. They need to make a Sith fighting game similar to Samurai Showdown with nothing but Siths, no Jedi. I would play that nonstop. Bro,
Fight.
that would be awesome. Especially if they had, like, excuse me, if they had Darth Nihilus. Darth Nihilus was a Sith that I don't think he even carried a lightsaber. I could be mistaken, but I don't even think he carried a lightsaber because he just relied on the Force. Using Force lightning would be OP. I was just about to mention Nihilus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nihilus didn't use a lightsaber. Don't hold me to that. If he did, he very rarely used it. Ever since you mentioned him to me, he is my favorite. Yeah, they did make a game, but it's fixed, I think. What are you trying to say, Ben? Yeah, Nihilus is... When I first learned about Nihilus, he was definitely, like, my favorite character for a minute. And then I learned about Darth Revan, and I was like, oh, that's dope. Yeah, let me know what you mean by that, Ben. But anyways, so where was I at? In the Plagueis. So basically how it's gone is that he fought him, now he's searching for anybody else that his master might have been scouting, and eventually he comes across Palpatine. And get this, Palpatine is a politician's son that's like kind of being a little rebel and whatever, but his favorite hobby is, drumroll, pod racing. Who else do we know that likes pod racing? And pod racing, as said in episode 1, Phantom Menace, pod racing is nearly impossible for humans. Interesting. And Plagueis's goal, you figure out very early in the book, is how to manipulate the Force to bend to your will. Plagueis's goal. Yeah, there is a pod racing game. It's very old and it's a PC game, but Plagueis's goal is to manipulate the Force for eternal life. Palpatine's goal is to bend the Force into his will for whatever he wills. And I haven't gotten to that part in the book yet or anything, but as far as I know of Palpatine's decision making and stuff, he just wants to make sure that the order is carried out, that the Sith order is carried out by the strongest person after him. And how else would he make sure of that other than bending dark side Force energy to create a being? Do we know anybody that was created from just the Force? What's the name of the audiobook? Is it a series that you have been reading? So the name of the audiobook is literally just called Darth Plagueis. And it's the story of Plagueis becoming a Sith Lord and training Darth Sidious, aka Palpatine. So far, I've gotten to the point where Plagueis has kind of encouraged Palpatine's darker thoughts and nature. He has not completely turned to the dark side yet. But he, like, Plagueis can see in him that he has, what's it called? Potential. Alright, let's go ahead and let's run it with Sandman himself. Let me actually move my phone so I don't have to crane my neck to read the chat. I definitely need to get a PC monitor so that it's better. Okay.
Shang Tsung's island ruins.
I need a Sith Star Wars game where I pilot a Star Destroyer, open world, and maybe like Survivor. Well, there is there's a Star Wars Squadrons.
That was the end of your luck.
If you want to like have a first-person experience of flying Star Wars fighters, Star Wars Squadrons. I played it for a little bit, but I'm not big on flight simulators. I've tried, but it's just not my cup of tea. Squadrons is actually cool if you set the mood right.
Round
Yeah,
fight.
I guess I downloaded it and played it for like a good 3 hours, and I was like, oh, it's not for me. But you're right. It probably just wasn't the right setting or whatever. I think Squadrons would be a good like a good little Tuesday stream, because I think on Tuesdays, I think Tuesdays will be my scheduled like let's play a BS game. Not that this game's BS, but like a non-serious game, I should say. But I think Tuesdays will be dedicated to that. See, I don't really get motion sickness playing games like that or anything. I think it's more of just like a I can't really put a pin on it of like why it doesn't interest me. But I just know it doesn't. 'Cause I remember, I don't even remember what it was called, but there was a game I used to have for the PlayStation 2, and it was like a dog fight, like World War II dog fights. And like I got into it for a bit, but honestly I think it's the inverted sticks for me. Not that I can't like get around to it, but I think because it was so stressful to me as a kid playing with inverted sticks and controls and whatnot. I think like every now and then, like I still overthink it to where I'm then pulled out of the game and I'm focusing more on the controller. I think that might be what it is that keeps me out of playing flight simulator games. It ruins my immersion. I know it's meant to be. Yeah. Yeah, it pulls me out of the immersion of it because like I said, I'm thinking about the controller and how I'm pressing the buttons or moving the sticks. I'm thinking about that more than I'm really like, oh man, I dodged this asteroid. Because I'm like, all right, I gotta dodge this asteroid. If I push the thumbstick down, do I go up? And if I pull it to the left, am I gonna pull left? Am I gonna drag left? Or am I gonna go, like, is it gonna be sharp? Is it gonna curve? I overthink it. And then next thing you know, I crash head on into the asteroid. Yeah. Ooh. Also, you know what? You're right about the whole like podcast thing. Like, there's just like too much in my head, and I don't want to like spoil every little talking point I would ever be able to come up with. But I have too much information in my head, and honestly, with me having the audiobooks, new information is given to me every day, whether it's canon or non-canon. Though. But anyways,
Keep it that way, Scorpion.
so something else theorized. By the way, that theory that I was getting to, which I'm sure you guys have gotten it, but the fact that Palpatine is Anakin's father, which it's been hinted at for years. Nothing's ever been confirmed. But another theory I had. Damn, Baraka's piecing me up right now. Another theory I had. Can you chill out on me? Anyways, for the third time now, Baraka, the other theory I had was Force Essence Transfer is an ability that is known to the Sith. Why do I bring that up? Because in the books, the trilogy of books for Darth Bane, yeah. I don't want to spoil it. In case you want to get into the trilogy, if you ever want to tap into that trilogy, Roby. But there is an ability in the Sith of Force Essence Transfer. That being said, within the trilogy, yeah, I'll definitely save that for the podcast. But I won't dive too heavy into the Darth Bane story of it. But needless to say, Force Essence Transfer was a thing that Darth Bane was looking for. And he eventually gets it. But the catch is that not only do you have to learn it in its complicated ritual, but on top of that, you have to make sure in order for the Force Essence Transfer to succeed, you have to make sure you have a stronger will than whoever you're trying to transfer your essence into. If it succeeds, your consciousness basically just takes over their body, and you live on through their physical being. If it fails, they live on, and you basically live in Force purgatory for eternity. You just constant nothingness. But you're alive, and you don't live, you're alive, but you don't age, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, you're just there. I bring this story up to say, Star Wars question. Okay, let me read this. Star Wars question. Let me pull my phone up. Would the Old Republic be the furthest back the lore goes, or is there another prominent era prior to that? Force Essence sounds like a cheat code if it works. If not, screw that. So it is a cheat code. And to be honest, before I answer that question, to be honest, Darth Bane hated the fact that he had to learn it. The reason why he learned it was because he felt like it's another whole Darth Plagueis situation. He felt like his student that he was training was not prepared to take the next step of striking him down and becoming the Sith Lord to push the Sith forward. So he learned. Well, let's just say he went on the journey to gather more information on how to Force Essence Transfer begrudgingly. he hated the thought of it because he felt like the only way the order could move on was for somebody to be stronger than him, strike him down, and push the order forward. Because that means that if his student is stronger than him and strikes him down, that means that their student is going to be twice as strong as he was. So that's the whole thought process. And he hated the fact that he had to learn Force Essence Transfer. So, yes, it was a cheat code. No, Bane did not like it. How many times has it been used canonically? So, I don't know about canonically, but I do know that the ritual was lost to time. About 300 years after Bane. It even says so in the Plagueis books, because you enter like the Plagueis' master's mind and he's thinking about the Force Essence transfer, and they're like, oh, but it got lost to blah blah blah. So we aren't going to see that in the series going forward. Well, that's what I was going to get at. So there's a character that well, first. Let me look into the. Let me go back to your original question. Will the Old Republic be the furthest back the lore goes, or is there another prominent era prior to that? There is an era prior to that. There's an era that dates even further back than the Old Republic era, and it is when it is when the Jedi and Sith actually had to have a I don't remember what the era is called, but they had to have a battery pack on their back to plug into their lightsaber, because it didn't have an independent power source to it at the time. And I think it was like before the Republic was even formed. Like, it was just like two religions fighting, a constant endless war without a government in between them. It was just that. But yeah, it was like technology was, they had a battery pack. But back to the Force Essence transfer. I believe, it is not confirmed, but I believe that Force Essence transfer was used in Revenge of the Sith. And the reason why I believe that is because there is a certain scene at the very end that I think was in there and framed and filmed the way it was and edited the way it was on purpose. So on Mustafar, Anakin force chokes Padme for like 5 seconds. She passes out. She's unconscious. Alive, but unconscious. Fast forward, Obi-Wan strikes down Anakin, leaves him to live. He gets burned up. He's about to die. He's breathing in nothing but hot ash and lava and blah blah blah. Padme's giving birth, and at some point there comes a scene where she starts getting faint of breath, and there's a scene where Anakin's heart actually stops beating. And then the second that Padme dies, the audio kicks in of Darth Vader's heartbeat starting, and he takes his first breath. And when Anakin says, "What about Padme?" to Palpatine, Palpatine says, it seems that in your anger you killed her. And at first you just think like, oh well, he's just trying to get a rise out of Anakin about the Force choke or whatever, when we all know the Force choke didn't really kill her. No, I'm pretty sure Palpatine was telling the truth of, in your anger you killed her. In your anger you used the Force to take her life energy to save your own, because you were blindly angry. And in a way, I feel Anakin knew this, and that's why his first question, when he came back and like his heart started beating and whatnot, and he was able to talk, his first question was, what of Padme? Because deep down he knew he took her life through the Force. That is my theory. I think he transferred her will to live and her energy of life to him so he could survive the process of becoming Darth Vader. Alright, let's see what the story mode's looking like. 10 more minutes.
Fight. Local tournament.
Tournament good to go? Okay. They had battery pack powered kyber crystals. So they had I forget how exactly it worked. I think it was that. They just had like, basically like a mini generator on their back with a kyber crystal in it. And basically a big plug that plugged into the pommel of their saber. And they pressed the button and the saber lit up. And then over time, after many battles being won from a lightsaber cutting the power source off, I forget if it was the Jedi or the Sith that transferred to it first, but the battery pack was dismissed of, and they advanced technology to where it was an independent power source within the saber. That's actually crazy to think about, because I do vaguely remember this moment you were talking about. Makes me want to go back and rewatch the entire movie. I'm gonna take from this theory, it's all Padme's fault. We have Darth Vader. I wish they gave Padme more to do in episode 3 than just... Literally, she has like maybe 25 lines, and out of those 25 lines, like 23 of them are her just saying Anakin. Anakin, Anakin, Annie, Anakin. This isn't you, Anakin. Like, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and run somebody else, because I'm sure just watching me play Scorpion is boring. Let's go Baraka. Oh, this is tournament. I should definitely go with my main then. Alright, we got a minute and 12 seconds. Oh, I can't even do this until all the characters are downloaded. Tragic. Look, what we're gonna do is they made Baraka super swole in this game. Yeah. Baraka was my favorite character for a long time, and then they took him away in MKX. And then ever since then, I'm just like, he might be overrated. Just a little bit. In MKX, my main was Kenshi. And man, I used to do some damage. I never played online because that's where the real pros go. But I was the neighborhood pro, and that's what matters. But yeah. So I feel like unknowingly and untrained in it, Darth Vader, aka Anakin, did a reverse life essence transfer of his own kind to ensure that he lived. That neighborhood pro title is important. The clout. The clout. Let me take a drink of water. But yeah, I feel like that's why Palpatine started smiling when it happened, when that process happened, because he could feel it in the Force of like, oh man, he doesn't even know what he's doing, but he's doing it type thing. Cetrion? Isn't that the main? Bruh, the dude right next to Cetrion looks like Dagon from Survivor. What you doing in this game, Dagon? Let's do Baraka. Relentless Nomad against, let's do Cassie. Cassie sassy. I mean, MKX was Jason Voorhees. Man, don't even get me started. You're a Jason Voorhees main. I bet you used the Resurrection version too. Just cheesing the lobbies. Man hit the ground and got back up, cracked his neck like, let's go again. Not the Resurrection version.
That explains your gingivitis.
Gingivitis? I don't remember how to play as him, to be honest. Okay, there's a spark. Okay. Oh my god. No way. No way. Okay. I didn't need all that. I was already gone.
I love my toys.
Round 2. Fight.
I really need to listen to more audiobooks about the Old Republic. Because a lot of the audiobooks I've listened to are like the Old Republic has already passed, and they're already talking about, or not, the Sith will talk about it in a reminiscing form. the Jedi tend to talk about it more of a, like, we need to be better than the ways of the Old Republic. But I've never listened to an audiobook that was the Old Republic. Well, no, I take that back. Technically, Darth Bane was part of the Old Republic. It was just like the end of the Old Republic era, I guess. So, yeah, Darth Bane. I think Darth Bane's story is the conclusion of the Old Republic era. Because at the end of the Old Republic era, or at the end of the Darth Bane books, the Jedi are more involved with what the Galactic Senate does, and they're basically just like the Galactic Senate's like go-to right-hand man, whatever. And yeah, and they speak on it in the Darth Bane trilogy. Like there's a certain Jedi in the book that kind of speaks on it, and the way he speaks on it makes it sound like it's kind of like a new thing. So yeah, that must have been the end of the Old Republic era. And then by the time Darth Bane's story is done, that is then what everybody knows as basically like current set of events of how everything unfolds. But even then, Darth Bane's story takes place 1200 years before Palpatine even becomes a student. So I've been loosely working on a basic template for a Star Wars podcast that focuses primarily around Old Republic lore, etc. Has there ever been a time period where the Jedi and Sith more or less worked together? No. Not as labeled Jedi and Sith. No. But unless the canon has changed, they once were just the Jedi and Sith were one of just beings that came together to learn and bask in the Force. And then it just became a thing where, okay, we're all together, blah blah blah, and we're all it's the definition of the kumbaya story of like, oh, we're all enjoying this one thing, and then one person's like, oh, but this thing could also do this, and then they're like, yeah, but we're not gonna do that, and then that person's like, well, you're not the boss of me, so I'm gonna do it. And then more people were like, he's kind of right, we could do this, so why not? And yeah, and then it became a faction, and then it became just completely separate ideals, and this person doesn't understand it fully, and then, oh no, they don't understand it fully, and the typical I'm not a bad guy, you are type of situation. We can do what we want. You're not the boss of me. Just for them to go to the other side and let somebody from the other side be a boss of them. But at least they're not the boss of me. I'll accept him to be the boss of me, as long as they're not the boss of me. Oh, and actually, I meant to answer this question. You asked it the other day, and you asked if Gray Jedi could use Sith powers since they're not like following the Jedi Order. And the answer is still no. That does not, like, they would not be great Jedi, but they would still not be Sith. What they would be dark Jedi. And a example of a dark Jedi would be Count Dooku. Count Dooku was a dark Jedi because he tapped into the dark side and he went against the Jedi Order, but he did not completely give himself to the dark side. And the way that you can tell from that is that his eyes were not yellow. At no point did he he did not give himself fully enough to the dark side that it corrupted his body in any way. You can always tell who has fully given themselves to the dark side because their eyes will go yellow, and over time their face starts to dysmorph. Mace Windu was a rare case of somebody that he was a gray Jedi that he was a gray Jedi in practice, but formally still held himself as a Jedi. But yes, he would tap into powers that most Jedi would deem unreasonable or unnecessary. So yes, in practice, he would have been a dark or a gray Jedi, but he still followed the council, or he was part of the council actually, and
Sub-Zero.
he always made sure to, like, when he used the Force himself, he always used the light side of the Force. The only time he would use the dark side is reflecting people's emotions onto them. So he technically didn't use it. He was just being a mirror. Still not considered completely light side, but still not considered dark side. Oopsies. Complex character to me. One of those characters that kind of has stipulations to them, at least from my limited knowledge. Yeah, he's definitely a rare breed. hard to it's hard to know, because the thing with Mace Windu that always irritated me is just his hypocrisy. And at the end of the day, that's what ultimately led to the Jedi falling, was their hypocrisy. Because they believed that keeping everybody ignorant to the knowledge of the dark side, that it would keep the dark side at bay, and keep evil from spreading, or keeping Jedi from turning to the dark side. So instead of keeping the Jedi knowledgeable even about the religion that they didn't want them to follow, they believed keeping them ignorant to the teachings of it, or not necessarily the teachings, but just the knowledge of it, that it would keep them from turning. When in turn, like, if you have a Jedi that is questionable about, like, how much good that his religion is doing, and he's wondering, oh man, like, this war, it just keeps happening, like, if only I could be stronger to keep from people dying. And then all of a sudden they look at the dark side and they're like, oh my gosh, like, this guy's, or the dark side offers me this much strength. And they're talking about it, they're like, oh, I'm like, the dark side, I could get some stuff done with the dark side. And at that point it's too late, because you going up to them is like, no, don't go to the dark side, this is the right path because of blah blah blah. Like, at that point they're like, okay, you're just trying to keep me here, like, you don't even know what you're completely talking about. So the hypocrisy of it is just like, I feel like if they didn't restrict the teachings of knowledge, keeping the Jedi well informed of the way that the dark side works and everything, I feel like if they did keep the Jedi informed about everything, then it would actually help them better understand the Sith and better understand the influence that the dark side could have over somebody. And honestly, I feel like it would have kept Anakin from turning, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a 26-year-old on a video game. Yeah. I feel the same way about just life in general. Like, keeping yourself ignorant to a certain topic or idea or whatever does not make you better than somebody that does have that point of view or thought process or whatever. Like, no, it just makes you less informed. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with people with their takes on a lot of things, like whether it's political or religious views or whatever, but me saying, oh, that's not, that thought process does not align with mine, so it must be wrong, and I should steer clear of ever being knowledgeable about anything of that topic at all. That is going to cause you to have such a limited understanding of any way of life, because you step out of your circle of understanding and all of a sudden you are a fish out of water. Yeah, it makes you close-minded as heck. I'm big on simply knowing more, whether I agree with the information or not. That that stunts your mental growth so bad. Yeah, like I know I got, I know when I was younger, I really got into it. Well, I didn't get into it, but like me and one of my uncles like had a really heated debate, and it got more heated on his side than mine because I was just asking the questions. But I remember one time we were having a Bible study, and I asked him, I was like, well, if Jesus was Jewish, why are we Christian? And why aren't we just Jewish because Jesus was Jewish? And he just answered me in such a non-informed way, and just like I could tell it was a question that he didn't even know how to answer, because he answered it more out of irritation than trying to inform. And ever since then, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to Bible study anymore, because obviously he's not ready to teach anything. And he, like a lot of people that I just don't associate myself with in my family, he's very much a take my word for it or not. Like, take my word for it, and if you question me, like, you're the issue. And that's why I don't really like him that much. Because, I mean, I guess I could have just put it in terms of he's a person that cannot be questioned, because he doesn't know how to give a deeper answer to anything. He doesn't know how to back up his own statements. That would have given me the same feeling, and I wouldn't have wanted to go anymore either. Yeah, it's like I asked a simple question. Well, not a simple question, but I asked a question, and he could have honestly just been like, let me look into that, and I'll get back to you next Wednesday. But no, he just wanted to be, well, we're not doing it because the Jewish people are the ones that did this, and they're like, he just like went on this rant to like, and it just like, it made me feel like I was the problem for asking the question, which I feel was a valid question. It's such a statement to digest. I can't take someone's word if they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. And like I said, I respect people more that can just be like, I don't really know too much about this topic. Let me look into it. I mean, quite a bit. I mean, I know it's less serious, but there's quite a bit of times that, I mean, you've asked me stuff about Star Wars, and I'm like, I'm not quite like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I am I am the heir of George Lucas, and everything that has been in his mind is in mine. Take my word for it. And if you question me, I will mute you in my chat. No, I'm not gonna do that. But that's the energy that my uncle was giving me. I am everything Star Wars. I am the omnipotent Star Wars being. Consider me the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia. I forget what they call it. I think it's Wikipedia, the Star Wars wiki. It was an extremely valid question. Sometimes people aren't okay with just saying, I'm not sure, or let me get back to you. Yeah. It's like, you're over here telling me about to be humble and blah blah blah, but then once you're questioned, you act all high and mighty. Like, just because it's like, just because you're reading the these these verses of the Bible for our Bible study does not make you the end all know all of everything Christianity. So if I question you about, hey, why is this? And you take it more as like me questioning the religion in general, like, pardon my language, but fuck you. Like, like, it makes me not want to return. Like,
Aaron Black.
yeah, exactly. I'm not, one thing about me, like, I'm not gonna blindly follow anything. I'm somebody that needs to be well informed. I'm somebody that needs to be well informed before I give myself to anything.
Darkness falls on this realm.
Unless you're taking it for kind of person. Yeah.
Not one's shadow steal your soul.
Round 1. Fight!
I don't remember how to use noob. Oh man, could have juggled that. Let's look into these moves. Oh, okay. Oh man. But yeah, back to the Star Wars thing. That is what caused the Jedi fall, is like not keeping people informed of the influence that the dark side could have over you, or blah blah blah. Like, the only people that could know it were Jedi Masters. And at that point, when you're a Jedi Master, like, you're already more or less like committed to the Jedi way. The people that are more questionable are the Padawans and the Jedi Knights. So why not keep them informed as well? Like, a Jedi Master doesn't need to know the influence the dark side can have over you. They've already been battling it and most likely won that battle. The people that need to hear it are the ones that